Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Dark. This is the second episode of the first season. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Now we're going to be posting this 5 days a week on the YouTube and every single day on the Patreon, so if you're interested you could subscribe over there for early access or stay here and watch it as and when they're released. There's no dramas at all, but I tell you what, there was drama last episode because we learned at the very start that somebody had wrote a note, put it on the side and killed himself. Then obviously we seen a kid called Eric who was taken. He was missing. The police have been looking for him for 13 days. They got no evidence at all that he's actually been killed or, like I said, taken, and there's a possibility that he's ran away. And then obviously later on in the episode we seen another kid called MIKKEL who was taken again. Now interestingly, his dad works in the police and he was investigating it, and he got the call that they found a young child's body in the woods, and he ran over, chased him down, went over, was looking at him. Turns out it's somebody else's child. So very interestingly, we've seen that Eric's been taken, Mikkel's been taken, this kid's been killed, but also there was an old guy as well earlier on in the episode that was sat down and he was talking and he was saying, it's happening again, it's happening again, it's going to happen. And we was having references of something that's happened 33 years ago, so maybe it's a reoccurring event, a mysterious thing that's going on in the town. It's interesting seeing the characters, obviously the relationships. We've got one guy cheating on his family with obviously somebody else's mum, and her husband was the one at the start of the episode that killed himself. You know what I mean? And then obviously got people working in the school that are all connected, and obviously the kids are dating and stuff like that. It's just like a little web in a small town, but also disappearances seem to be currently happening, and it seems like an event is recurring itself from 33 years ago, because we've also been talking about deja vu as well. So I feel like it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a mystery. It's going to be unraveled in before us. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. He did literally just disappear like that though, didn't he? That's crazy, that.
Wie geschmolzen. Keine Anzeichen von sexuellem Missbrauch, kein Sperma, keine fremde DNA. Ach so, ja, eine Sache ist seltsam. Schau mal hier. Neben den Verbrennungen sind die Gehörgänge völlig zerstört. Auch das Innenohr ist völlig lediert und beide Trommelfelle sind geplatzt. Weißt du, was Otokonien sind? Winzige Steinchen in den Gehörgängen, die dafür sorgen, dass wir wissen, wo oben und unten ist. Die können sich verirren. Zum Beispiel, wenn der Körper rotiert. Da verlieren wir das Gleichgewicht.
I was right, and he was tested first before this other guy, Eric. Caves are pretty scary, aren't they? Literally, when you don't know where you're going and how dark it is. That's like a nuclear sign, isn't it? Like, warning.
Was hast du da oben gemacht?
Warum bist du bescheuert?
Ich will wissen, was du da oben gemacht hast.
Weil ich in der Schule gehört. Ihr über die Höhlen geredet habt. Und Eriks Drogen.
Von Montag auf Dienstag ist in Winden erneut ein Junge spurlos verschwunden. Nach Angaben der Polizei wurde der 11-Jährige zuletzt in Begleitung seiner Geschwister im Windener Forst nahe des Kernkraftwerks und den Windener Höhlen gesehen.
Ich weiß gar nicht, was ich sagen soll. Können wir helfen?
Ich konnte Ulrich nicht erreichen. Sollten wir nicht zu den Kindern?
Die haben mehrere Suchtrupps organisiert. Ich muss los.
Bin aufgewacht gegen Mitternacht, du warst nicht da.
In den Garten, hab die Büsche winterfest gemacht.
Das Auto war auch weg.
Die Schnur war alle. Ich musste kurz zur Tankstelle.
Bruder verschwunden ist. Geht weiter.
Dein Vater war 15.
Krieg geredet. Im Wald. Mikkel hat gesagt, er findet es am schlimmsten, wenn man nicht gefunden wird.
Yeah, he said that, didn't he? You know, at least you want to be found even if you're dead. Do you know what? Imagine experiencing that 2 times. Now, I understand that obviously this time it's the grandkid, but the first time it was their kid. And it's just crazy, isn't it? Like going through that. It's kind of like when you're watching Prison Break and Lincoln was saying, what kind of man gets framed for 2 murders that he didn't commit on 2 separate occasions? You know what I mean? That was Lincoln. It's like, it's crazy. Happening 1 time's mad, but 2, it's literally like mind-boggling. Like, his dad, obviously the policeman who's in the cage just then, has had this again to himself when he was younger. His brother went missing 33 years ago, I'm assuming that's what it was. And now his son's gone. Like, lightning strikes twice. It's madness.
Hey Martha, ich ruf mich einfach zurück, okay?
Um den Hals haben wir das hier gefunden. Eine rote Kordel mit einem Pfennig aus dem Jahr 1986. Böller koordiniert die Suche. Vorerst geben wir nichts über den Fund der Leiche an die Öffentlichkeit. Wir haben 2 verschwundene Kinder und einen toten, noch nicht identifizierten Jungen. Kontaktiert die zentrale Vermisstenstelle. Befragt jeden im Umkreis.
In der Höhle, da ist eine Tür. Ich habe eine Tür gefunden.
Stacheldraht? Wir sind den Zaun komplett abgelaufen. Nirgends eine beschädigte Stelle.
Du glaubst es doch auch, oder? Dass das alles zusammenhängt. Der tote Junge Erik Mikkel.
It's got to be so obvious that they're connected though, isn't it? These 3 anyway. The lads that have just gone missing and one that's died. Something's going on with this plan. He said that it's closing down in a year or something.
Bald hier sein. Die müssen heute noch verschwinden, Jürgen.
Vielleicht ist es doch besser, wenn es jemand anders macht. Die Sache mit Erik. Die gucken doch jetzt ganz genau hin.
Willst du mich erpressen?
Nein, wieso?
Heute Nacht. Und du redest mit niemandem.
Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Ich brauche ein Zimmer.
Erst die Sache mit deinem Sohn Mats. Und jetzt das mit deinem Enkel.
I said that.
Die ganze Stadt ist auf den Beinen. Wir werden ihn finden.
See, who is that? Like, is that the guy from the hotel? Because somebody walked out last episode as well, but we only seen the back of them. His back's been through some war. Look at that. Wonder what that is. Never seen that before. Imagine if he was like a time traveller and he'd come back to tell himself not to go and do something or something. Tell you what, it mustn't be windy there. That toy can stand there and never fall off.
Alexander hat den Erlass für den Durchsuchungsbefehl sofort blockiert. Aber wir sprechen gerade mit dem Richter. Ruf ihn sofort an, wenn du das hörst.
What's the reason they block a search warrant though if a kid's just been missing and one's just been found murdered? That was pretty good, that actually. It looked like he actually was punching the wall. It was flickering in and out, in and out. But everybody deals with things differently, isn't it? It's interesting to see how everybody obviously copes with the situations. Now, I can't blame him for punching the wall. I can't blame that girl for ignoring a boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? And especially, you can't blame the dad, even though he shouldn't be having an affair, for ignoring that woman. You know what I mean? His main concern right now is trying to find his kid. No distractions. And I just don't understand why a judge would block a search warrant for a place when you've just found a kid that's been murdered and another one, well, 2 especially, are missing as well. You would think that that would be perfect grounds to actually grant permission to access a building. Now, you got to do it safely because it looks like it's a nuclear plant. But do you know what I mean? And again, interestingly, I don't know if we found out if the lad that went missing, this Mads, back in the day, was ever technically found, or the reason why he went missing and what happened to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's obviously got a grave and stuff like that, but you see that all the time anyway. Like, you see it in places where, like, a kid will go missing and they never get found, or they'll give them a resting spot, a place, a location where people can pay their respects. You know what I mean? And that could be the same with him. They could have found his body and buried him, or he could still be missing and it's open-ended. Nobody actually knows what's happened, and he's just using that as his resting place. You know what I mean? Because it does look like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Don't look like it's a cemetery, but it did look like it was next to another grave though. Is he at his house now? And if he is, why has he not got a light? Is that where his dad killed himself, actually?
Zumindest theoretisch durch diese werden wir je in der Lage sein, durch ein schwarzes Loch zu reisen, um zu schauen, was dahinter liegt. Welchen Preis würden wir bezahlen? Wie weit wird die Wissenschaft gehen?
Da ist eine Tür in den Höhlen. Vielleicht ist er da durch.
Ich kann hier niemanden so einfach reinspazieren lassen. Das ist ein Hochsicherheitstrakt. Meine Leute machen Patrouillengänge, jeden Tag. Wenn Mikkel hier wäre, wir wüssten das.
Du Arschloch!
Tut mir leid, Ulrich.
Reckon you find something in this? What we saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's solid to crack those codes, isn't it?
Was machst du hier?
Ich wollte dich sehen. Tut mir so leid.
He's not in the mood. Yeah, like literally, like.
Ich kann es nicht jetzt.
And it'll probably be a while. I can't believe she didn't read that room, to be honest. Like, she actually think now he was up for it there when his kid's missing. that was weird. So now they're looking into the parents, the dad. He's going to catch him doing something sketchy as well, because he is doing something tonight.
In den Akten steht, hatte zum Zeitpunkt von Eriks Verschwinden Schicht.
Ja, der arbeitet da gelegentlich als Lagerarbeiter und Fahrer.
Habt ihr das überprüft?
Natürlich.
Until he gets some sort of answers of what's happened to his son, it's just going to be 24/7 investigation work, isn't it? He's going to be suspicious because he's got a bunch of coins and he found an old one. What do you think he's pulling up?
Lass das fallen.
Oh. Drugs.
Was ist das? Ist das deins?
Wir haben das zusammen gemacht. Hier und da was verkauft. An der Schule.
Was ist das?
Und wenn die Leute ihren Schrott herbringen, dann findest du immer irgendwas. Erik hat auf einem Mofa gespart.
At least he's not arresting him for all the drugs. He's got bigger fish to fry, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? The guy didn't even have to blurt out what he was doing with him. He literally told him his operation. What was that he's shipping out?
Ich hoffe es.
Glaubst du, er hat ein Geheimnis? Nee, Papa. Glaubst du, da war was, was er niemand von uns erzählen wollte?
Wie kommst du denn da drauf?
Vermisst du ihn?
Ich glaube, ich vermisse eine Vorstellung von ihm.
Gonna get up and go out again, but again, maybe a mad twist would be he's involved. That's good. See what I mean? It's the magic reference last episode that makes me think that he's not dead. But Eric's dead, it looks like. Look, the whole town's experiencing power issues. Is that a sign or something? Oh, look. Is that the one at the start, or is it more? Wow, look at all them dead birds. Surely somebody's not planted them. When? That was what I said last episode. He said, "Well, how did you do it?" And he said, "Not how, when." Different entrance. He's out though, look. See, he's actually out. I don't know how he's got out and where he went. We didn't actually see him. Where the other guy, we said, oh, look, he's gone home. I feel like he's gone in another dimension or something, me. Like, it seems like he's dead.
Wer bist du?
Wieso? Wer bist du?
Ich wohne hier.
Ulrich. Und ich wohne hier.
That's his dad.
Willst du jetzt Wurzeln schlagen oder was? Du Spinner bist am falschen Haus.
He's gone back to the 80s. What the fuck? He actually, he's time travelled. Did I say that? I get that thing in the thing was time traveling, and maybe he's coming back to tell himself. Noble. How's that happened? Like, I'm literally trying to figure it out. Like, is it successfully happened to him and it didn't happen to the other two kids? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to think. You know, the one that was found last episode, maybe they tried the experiment on him. That was my my prediction or whatever last episode. I was thinking maybe the kid that's died, they put him in that chair, wrapped it around, done it, didn't work, he's died, Eric's the next one. And they brought him in, obviously MIKKEL, for the next step. You know what I mean? If it doesn't work in Eric, they've got the next person to have a go at it. But it hasn't worked in Eric because it looks like his body was getting dragged into the woods. And I've always been thinking, what's actually happened to him? Like, we actually not seen him be taken anywhere and do anything, that experiment on him. And now we'd actually just had it obviously revealed to us here that he's okay, he's out, he's in the woods, he's running, he's left free. I thought like he might have gone into a different dimension, if I'm being totally honest, because like the whole area was just dead. You know, there wasn't really any people around. I thought it might have just been him in his own like little world, so to speak, on his own. But no, like somehow he's gone from being in the present to in the past. Now I don't know if that letter that was opened on the 4th of November, you know, 10:13, was some sort of acknowledgement of you know, of time travel. And it also makes me think that maybe he could technically go back and stop his dad from killing himself. Imagine that. That would be crazy. But then, I don't really know how it would affect the present then. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that baffles your head. It actually really does, you know. If he's gone back and spoken to his dad, he's living in a world that he's not actually born in yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's not actually happened. And now, obviously, he's here. He's stuck in 86 when it should be 2019. Don't know where he goes from here. You know what I mean? Clearly, it must have successfully happened. An operation, an experiment must have been taking place on him for him actually to do that. And then obviously we just left on like I said, the cliffhanger, like him realizing that he's gone back in time. So I actually have no idea. Honestly, people are going around killing people, taking kids, and trying to send them to the past. But why? That is literally the question. Why? Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Very interesting start. It really, really has been. 2 episodes in. You know, actually looks like we've had 2 kids that have been killed. We don't really know who the first one is. An unknown child. You know, they've been missing. Nobody technically knows who they are, where they're from. And we know that Eric looks like he's potentially died, which is, again, really interesting because obviously his father was kind of questioned today. Like thinking that he may have been involved. You know, he was there working on the night and in the power plant when obviously he went missing, and then he thought that he was potentially Ulrich, thought he was there working again obviously on the night that his son went missing. But interestingly, he's gone, he's looked in his house or his property and he's found drugs, and he's just expressed to him that him and his son used to sell it, make a bit of money on the side. He was trying to save up to buy a scooter and that's where the coins was. You know what I mean? It was not really got any connection to the 86, even though the coin definitely did say 86 when Ulrich was at the desk and he was looking at it, you know, when it was in the bag. Now, I just want to know why that happened. And is 86 the year that his brother went missing? Mad. You know, again, I would like to know that. Now, why has his dad got up? And why is he creeping around? Why is he lying to his wife? And why is he going somewhere and being mysterious? You know what I mean? I would literally love her to follow him. You know what I mean? He said that he went out to get the bushes ready or something, and then he said he had no rope and he went to the store, and then he's got up again the next night at like 12 at night, but this time she's awake, she's heard him creeping. I'm hoping she's following him. I think at first it made it look like she might have been a person that may have been a bit, you know, like not all there, but I feel like she is, and she's just kind of suffering from being in this experience 2 times, you know what I mean? So I'm interested to see what's actually going on there. I can't believe that woman, is she called Hannah, like, was ringing Ulrich and then went to his work and she wanted to start making out with him. Like, totally misread that room. Don't know what she's doing or what she's playing at. But interestingly, you know, her son was literally laid there. It looked like it was in the room where dad killed himself, and he looked up and he's seen like a bit of the floorboards moved. He's gone and popped it open and whipped a map out, and it's like loads of detailed information all over it. Now, it's in German, so I can't actually look at it and see it. I just have to be given, you know, the information that he gives me. But again, that's quite interesting. And also, there's a guy that's checked into the hotel who we don't know who it is. It's a mysterious person. We've seen somebody last episode walk out of the cave and we just had the back to him. This episode, we've seen his face. I don't know if it was him who come out of the cave, but he's gone and he's staying at the hotel. He's got this whole wall going up, you know what I mean? And he's crossed it out as well. Not where is MIKKEL, it's when is MIKKEL. I'm guessing when, as in what year, what time frame, where's he gone? You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting that, because we kind of made that last episode when we had the corpse and the yellow one, it was there, and he lifted it up and he said, how did you do it? And he said, that's not the question, how. The question is when. You know what I mean? And maybe it's something to do with timelines. Maybe that machine that he's got is from the future and it's the past and he's messed it up. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like the Umbrella Academy with Five's jumping around, and obviously like it creates a different like portal and creates different things in the time continuum. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is far-fetched, it's a bit crazy, but it's also really interesting, and I can't wait to find out more. Thanks for checking out today's channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.